Today we'll be teaching you some basics about tennis. Now first, you don't want to get any fancy. You don't want to go first. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play a game, and then on the first hit you lose. Okay, you don't want to do that. First, you need to know how you even get ready for a ball. Just like in baseball, you got a ready position and stuff. Well, in tennis, you got a ready position as well. So your ready position is take your knees, bend them, and your racket, you hold the racket right in front of you. And why I want to do that is if your rackets are right here, the ball's going to go over here, and then you're going to be too late to go over there. And of course, if you hold the racket here, the ball is going to go. If the ball goes there, you're going to be too late to reach over and get the ball. So you hold it just right in the middle, so it takes the same amount of time to go back, to go to your right and to go to the left. Now, of course, there's different ways you play tennis if you're a righty or a lefty, but basically, if you're a righty, when you play, the lefties are going to play the exact opposite that you are playing. So, if you're a lefty, the righties are going to play the exact opposite you're playing, basically. Now, you got your ready position. If the ball comes over here, you do what's called a forehand swing. Forehand swing is like when you, for lefties that is, a forehand swing is when you take your two hands, of course I'm a lefty, so my left hand's on bottom, my right hand's on top. If you're a righty, you do the opposite way. Your right hand's on bottom, your left hand's on top. So I'll do the lefty stuff. So forehand is when you take one hand off and then you put your racket back and swing, and that looks just like this. Something like that. But, so how many hands you on a forehand swing? You only use one. You don't do this, okay? This is correct. Now, of course, you gotta, does that look right? No, it doesn't. There's more to a swing. I missed the ball. So, what you do is first you get ready, ball's coming. You first do a split step. Split step, you just jump and spread, just jump a little bit and spread your feet apart just a little bit. So you do side step. If it's a forehand, it's coming over on my left. But of course, for a righty, a forehand is going to be on the right. Forehand, okay. For a forehand, for a righty, they use their forehand, they use their right hand, and then swing. But for a lefty, you have to hold the racket the opposite way, and then swing the racket. But of course, how do you know where the ball is going? Well, when you swing the racket in the lefty forehand, that is, you drop the racket. When you swing it, your racket should end up on your shoulder so that your elbow's pointing to wherever you're shooting. Because if I do this, where's the ball gonna go? Well, my elbow's pointing down. That means my elbow's pointing down. That means the ball's gonna go down. And you can see the ball went down. It didn't go up and hit you. So, again, you gotta make sure your elbow is pointing where you want to go. Like, if I'm trying to shoot over there, I'll do this. My elbow's pointing over there. That means the ball will go over there. But your feet, it's not just split step. So, first, you do split step, and then when you swing, you should be like this. That means for a lefty, you're going to do split step, turn, swing. But of course, there's more than that. And for a righty, you're going to do this. Split step, drop, turn, swing. And like I said, there's more to that. For lefty, again, I already told you, split step, turn, and when you swing it, you're stepping. And for a lefty, your left foot's in front, right foot's in the back. And for a righty, it's the complete opposite, of course. Do this, turn, swing. And then, of course, you have your right foot in front and your back foot at the back. Of course, your left foot at the back. And after that, let's see. You get a ball, and then stay there. Here, take a nap. Okay, so now, of course, if the ball's coming over there, you don't want to go over here and then make a forehand. So then you have to make the balls on your For a lefty, that is, if the ball's on your right, you do a backhand swing. For a righty, if the ball's on your right, you do a backhand swing. It depends. I mean, if you're a righty, your forehand swing is going to be on your right. Your backhand swing is going to be on your left. For a lefty, it's the complete opposite, of course. For a lefty, your forehand swing is going to be on your right, and for a lefty, your backhand swing is going to be on your left. Now, let's see. Again, I'll do the lefties first. Again, for a backhand, the ball's coming over there, right? But for a backhand, you don't do this. You don't have one hand, because for a lefty, this is, with your left hand, you're going to do a forehand swing. So what you do is you take two hands, drop, go over, drop, turn, step, and then you swing, of course. So of course you do a split step I meant, and then you drop it, and then in the meanwhile you turn. Now when you're swinging, your foot should be going forward. Then of course you got your right foot in front, left foot at the back, since backhand is the opposite of forehand. And of course, if you're a righty, you're doing this backhand turn, swing, and then while you're swinging, you should be stepping. Now you got the left hand in front, and your left foot in front, and your right foot at the bottom. Now, if you want to practice your accuracy with your forehands and backhands and swing, watch. Okay, you could play a little game by putting your cone somewhere you want, putting a ball on top of that cone. I'm not sure it'll stay. Let's do this. And then you could try to swing and try to hit the ball off the cone. See if you can do it. Yep, that counts as a win. And once you do hit the ball off, since I just did a forehand, I believe. Do it again. Since I did a forehand, never mind. If you do a forehand and then you hit it off, well, then you do your backhand and see if you can hit the ball off with a backhand. But thing is, you have a ball, right? And then you need two hands to get a backhand. I mean, you don't have free hands, right? Do you? No, I know you don't. Since you need free hands for this. One hand to drop the tennis ball and hit the racket. But for a backhand, you need two hands. One hand to hold the racket and the other hand to support it. That means that's free hands. You don't have free hands, right? So what you do is you toss it up, and then you put, when you toss it up, you gotta be really quick. You toss it up. Once the ball leaves your hand, you just put your hand back and then swing. So that's how you do it. Take a nap. Okay. So after that, you know your forehands, you know your backhands, you know how to do them. Well, when you first start a tennis game, somebody will be serving, right? I mean, when you serve, you don't do this. You don't do a forehand, and you don't do, a backhand, And you don't do a backhand. What you do is, you do what's called a serve. And while serving is harder than you think. For that, you'll need something like this tennis dot. Put it somewhere where you want, and then just first forget about your racket. And then what you want to do is, when you're serving, the ball's always got to be where you want. It's always got to be at the same place. That's why when you watch, official tennis, people playing real games, they do something like this. And why they do that is because, the ball is always landing at the same point. See, boing, 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 boing. That's to make sure that when they toss the ball up, the ball's aimed toward where he was throwing the ball at. And of course, if you're on a tennis court, the balls will be a lot more bouncy, so it's grass. Never mind. So, again, forget about your racket. You just see, you toss it up and see if you can get it right on the dot. Again, like that. And how you want to toss it is, you don't want to toss it like this. Even though it went on dot, you'll be like this. What did I hit? Yeah, nothing. That's because you're smart. So, and don't want it to go like this. What did I hit? Yes, nothing. That's because you're smart again. What you want to do is, I think you know, you just wanted to toss it above your head, and then serve like just right above your head, because you know when you swing, again, your serving hand, you just hold your racket like that. When you swing, your connecting point is going to be somewhere on your shoulder to your head. So you want it to be just about your head, so when it drops, you'll have time to swing when it drops. Since if you drop it right to your head, when you swing, it's going to be already down here when you swing, since gravity. So, okay, I'm not very good at this, but I want to toss it up and you want it to hit the dot. And when you're better at it, you can get a racket. And what you do is you toss the ball up, and then when you think it's at about the right space, at about the right place, you swing your racket, and then boom, you connect. And then here's what it looks like. You don't need a dot for this. Bye dot. You just take this, pitch it up, and you serve. And that is all you need to know for your basics.